Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we're going to be tackling the question of can you actually beat Firefight, like full Firefight, in Halo 3 ODST and Reach? So, as you guys probably know, classic Firefight, is obviously the original Firefight mode in Halo 3 ODST Firefight. Now, the way this game mode worked back in the day, and on MCC as well, is that there's no end to it, or supposedly you would keep playing until you run out of lives, or hypothetically, if you did not run out of lives, then you could hypothetically keep playing forever. And supposedly, Firefight, it's never-ending waves. It's supposed to go on forever. Now, I know with Halo Reach and as well as MCC, there were new game types introduced, like score attack and stuff like that, where you just need to get to like a certain wave or round, and then you beat Firefight. But classic Firefight, the original Firefight, it is supposed to go on forever. But let's see if that's actually the case. So starting with ODST Firefight. In the previous video a while back, I did determine that the maximum set you can get to in Firefight is actually 32,767. The reason for that is because the set counter is actually a 16-bit signed integer. And what that is a variable that the programming language uses to store that number in memory. And in this case, the 16-bit signed integer has a minimum value of negative 32,768 and a max value of 32,767. Now, a signed integer just means that it can store negative and positive numbers, whereas an unsigned can only store positive numbers. But as you saw there in the top left corner, once you hit the max set, and then you keep going to the next set, then it just jumps back to the minimum number for 16-bit integer, which was negative 32,768. And once you're on set negative 32,768, if you keep going, it'll keep adding 1 to it. But because you're in negatives, it'll look like it's actually going down, but really it's going up from negatives. And now we're at negative 32,766. If we keep going, eventually we'll get back to 0, and then it'll keep going past 0 again until it gets to the maximum again. So in ODST, no, you cannot actually beat Firefight. Even if you get to the maximum set, all it does is just resets back to the minimum set, which is in the negative 30,000s. Now what about Halo Reach? Well, Halo Reach Firefight, at first I thought it'd be the exact same. And I was prepared to leave my computer running for several months to get to the max set. But as it turns out, Halo Reach works a little differently than ODST. So thanks to a script written by the modder Seraphacy, he made it so that while I'm playing Firefight, the script will keep running and it'll just kill all the enemies. Immediately. It'll erase all the AI, and as you can see here, the waves just progress really quickly. One by one by one. And then it'll go to the next round, and eventually go to the next set. Now, that works really great, but that still wasn't fast enough for me. That still would have taken weeks for me to get to what I thought would have been the maximum set in Halo Reach. So I used something else, another tool called the Fling Trainer, which lets me speed up the game at 2 to 3 times the normal speed, so that the game is running faster. Almost like it's being fast forwarded in theater mode, kind of like that. So in that case, it speeds the waves up even faster. And as a result, I did let it run, I did record for a while, and once I figured out what the maximum set was, I figured I could just record the entire thing actually, because it's not really that long. The surprisingly, well, as you can see, it's going really quickly here. Speeding up as fast as my video editor will let me. But the max set in Halo Reach, so in ODST, the maximum set, like I said, it used the 16-bit signed integer. And as a result, it just used the maximum value possible that can be stored in a 16-bit signed integer. And that's just, what the maximum set and minimum sets were. There was no artificial limit set for ODST. It was just the maximum physical limit in memory for that kind of variable. But for Halo Reach, there actually is an artificial limit set on the set counter. It's not like ODST where it just uses the maximum value possible for that variable in memory. Instead, Bungie actually did implement a maximum set. and we'll get to that very soon. But before I show you what the maximum set is, which based on the time of this video, you might actually be able to guess what it is. But there's actually one interesting thing that happened while getting to that maximum set. And what happens is that the time, like the total time played so far in Firefight, it actually resets after a little bit. So I'm going to slow it down here again, back to, quote unquote normal speed. And as you can see, once the timer hits 233 minutes, it will just reset back to 0, and from there it will start counting back up again. So that does seem to be an artificial limit set by Bungie, because after all, I don't see why any variable would have a maximum limit of 233. Even an unsigned 8-bit integer, which is the one smaller than a 16-bit integer, even that one has a max size of 256 for the highest number it could store. So 233 seems like an arbitrary max limit that was set by Bungie. But anyways, let's get back to the max set for Reach Firefight. So we have reached set 99, and as you can see, once we pass set 99, it just stays at 99. It keeps, if we let this keep going, and I did let it go for like another 30 minutes just out of curiosity, it'll just keep repeating set 99 over and over again. It won't go any further past 99. It will just keep looping back and forth on 99 forever. It's not going to jump to some negative number or anything like ODST. Halo Reach actually keeps it at 99 and does not pass 99 or change at all. Now, MCC will still count the sets that keep going past 99. It's just in-game in the actual Halo Reach that was made by Bungie at the time, that won't go past 99. But MCC will keep it going past 99, and I don't know what the maximum for MCC is, but basically you cannot beat Halo Reach Firefight either. That one will go on forever as well, unless you use some kind of game type that actually has like an end game setting to it. But otherwise, the game will go on forever, even if the set counter does not, or if the set counter keeps looping back and forth from the beginning to the end. So there you guys have it. Hopefully you guys found this video to be interesting, and if you did, make sure to leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys!